Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in what could possibly be the final game of the night. Things looking hairy for the interns right about now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I'd agree with that sentiment. Yeah, interns right now potentially match point. All it takes is one more win from the Goon Brigades, and they will actually close it out 3-0 over the second seed as the fifth seed. So that'd be a pretty good boost to their self-esteem.
Yeah, and that's definitely what you need heading into a grand final. And, you know, the bans are here, not exactly because it is a role swap coming in for the interns. Come on, Shoot Faster and Feeder have swapped Jungle and ED carry, so they do lose their bans, but they get one in the bank. It is the Nivea ban. Heading into Zillion, Lucian, Caitlyn are the bans.
Yeah, similar bans. I don't really believe that team comps are going to be playing too much of a role in this one, but I do like some sort of change that is coming out right now from the Interns United. You know, they did put Feeder over into this 80 carry role, like you mentioned, and as a result are going to go and first pick this Lulu that's been left open for the first two games.
Yeah, Lulu, like I was mentioning earlier, not something that's very heavily contested. So to see that get picked first this time definitely opens up some eyes. And Zumolis, who does have surprisingly a fair amount of games on the Lee Sin, is going to take that away. And there wasn't actually any jungle bans unless you count the Mordekaiser Aatrox.
Yeah.
But I don't think
It's
anybody.
a bold move. Definitely a bold move from Interns to forfeit two bans and in favor of the role swap. But it seems like these picks aren't really amounting to much. There's not very many power picks or pocket picks that Goon Brigade seem to have. I mean, there were two targeted. I mean, there is the Anivia, so they did save it at least for one. But
yeah, and you know, they did spell AMA with their bans, so that does mean that they want to do an Ask Me Anything. Hit them up on Discord, send them your questions, and they'll get right back to you.
Nice Doc. I'll give you that one.
The Gragas hover here, probably going to be Jungle Gragas once again, and the Twitch lock-in. I can definitely see Feeder going in hard on his namesake this time.
Yeah, I would imagine that they would have gone for something more like a Caitlyn.
Which is banned away.
Oh, my bad. Yep. Ban the Caitlyn, so ultimately
probably an Ezreal, I think, would have been a good pick there.
Yeah, I'm glad that they noticed the swap. And that's a big statement right there for Fugner to be picking Draven. I think it's really smart. This Thresh Draven's going to have so much kill pressure in that bot lane.
He can go first item GA, actually. It's something that has been happening in a bit of solo queue. And if you're heading into a recently role swapped AD carry, that's just going to be so oppressive. You know, he gets maybe an early kill due to the Thresh, goes back into BF Sword, maybe gets a second kill because Draven, and then just goes back and finishes his GA. And now what do? Not only are you down 2 kills, but you have to kill the Draven twice with a Lee Sin shield, a Thresh shield, and whatever is coming in this last pick. This Draven could be very, very painful for the interns.
Yeah, and that still leaves the threat of VR Concept. I imagine they're going to put him on another split pusher. It's good that Interns United were opting for more of a team fight oriented comp, considering that it does well against split push comps because you could just sort of crush the 4v4 and translate that in more towers and get equivocal trades. But yeah, like you're saying, Draven gonna have a field day in that bot lane. 2 squishy targets for him to feed on, to get fed off of. And Fishing has had some pretty good success on this Thresh, but that is going to be the Syndra Sejuani picks to cap off the team comp for Interns United. So happy to see the Sejuani, which I think that means that it would be either Gragas top.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the Gragas top. They don't technically know the top laner for the Goon Brigade just yet. So that I think that a blind Gragas top is probably the best chance you have there.
Yeah, I think it's smart for Goon Brigades to save this pick.
The only safer pick might have been a Nautilus.
Yeah, Nautilus. I think probably give it over to the Gragas, but definitely smart to put a tank top because eventually they'll become useful. They'll always, especially Gragas, will always be useful because of the utility he has. Even if he's feeding, you can't quantify utility. So, ooh, Fizz would be a fantastic pick on that Gragas, actually.
Yeah. So I mean, the issue now becomes you're a very one-dimensional comp. If you're the Interns, you have the Twitch, who's going to have a rough laning phase, and the Syndra, which is going to be... It's going to have to go off, really.
Yeah, I could see it perhaps not having the best of time against the sustaining likes of a Swain, and we actually did see that the Swain got banned out last game. So...
Yeah, back when they had full bans, it hit the chopping block.
Yeah, I guess they opted for the Anivia rather than the Swain, but ultimately, pretty strong skirmish comp actually on the side of Goon Brigades, which is directly countered towards the Interns United comp, as they're they can't skirmish that well, considering that you kind of always need a tank with them. I mean, Lulu sort of works in a way where she can drain tank and just make her squishy targets tankier, but I would give the skirmish award ultimately to the comp of Goon Brigades.
Yeah, it just seems more comprehensive. I mean, we could see just disaster strike, the Draven falls behind, the Fizz falls behind, and all of a sudden you don't really have that much damage on your team, heading into what is essentially a full tank squad due to the Lulu. But unless both of those champions fall super far behind, I think it's going to be a 3-0 for the Goon Brigade. This Lee Sin's going to get in quick and dirty, I think. Definitely making repeat visits to the bottom lane and probably hitting top maybe once or twice.
Yeah, and to speak a little bit more on the team comps themselves and how Lee Sin would play a very important role. One, he can counter jungle Sejuani pretty well, although Sejuani's dueling has been exalted a lot more since the rework, but the interactions between Sejuani and Gragas are pretty counterintuitive, considering that Gragas' ulti spreads them out while Sejuani's wants to lock them in. But ultimately, they're not trying to go for AoE, so I think it's fine for them to have some form of disengage as well as a form of engage when they want to go and pick their own team fights for Twitch. But Lee Sin actually does pretty well, and little known interaction with Sejuani is that if you can gap close on her, she's actually a little bit weaker in team fight scenarios because she can't use her ult to get the AoE. So if you keep that on her, she can only stun one person, and if there's gonna be a person in her face, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a tank. So you can get a tank to soak up that entire ulti, and unless they're really crucial to the team comp, and you can make that pick off of them, then ultimately it's going to be a 1T fight and a whiffed ulti for Sejuani.
Yeah, I am a little worried though, because there is no true tank on the Goon Brigade side. Yeah, they'll have the Thresh and the Swain, who are pseudo tanky, but they don't have a Gragas, they don't have a Sejuani, obviously, but they also don't have a Maokai or a Nautilus or anything that's just super tank. Yes, they have tons of damage, and it's going to be very rough. I think this bottom lane is a no-show for Feeder and HM. I think that Draven Thresh is just going to dominate too hard, almost to the point where it might be worth lane swapping. That's how bad I think this lane is going to go for them.
Yeah, Draven pick a great adaptation for Fognugler, and even if it does get to that point, we've seen how poorly Goon Brigade do when they need to close out games. So the scaling might be in the favor of Interns United, just because Goon Brigades could very well not be able to close out the game. And
yeah, they have such a strong split push though. The Fizz is so strong in split push situations.
Yeah, and it's not like they'll have a high damage Riven to collapse onto VR Consig. If they try to go up there and kill him with a Gragas Sejuani, I'm not sure how that's going to pan out.
I mean, they'll have the Twitch opportunity. I mean, Twitch does stuff, so it does, happen sometimes. So it's something they might not exactly need to worry about just yet, because, Twitch can pop up very suddenly, doing a ton of damage, and then, how do you respond to it? But Fizz is also somebody that's very tricky to get a hold of. Yes, there's no flash, but that Playful Trickster is on super low cooldown.
Yeah, I like that both. They actually have 2 ignites. I like that the top laner and bot lane have opted for some aggressive picks. That's kind of what you need for the kill pressure to snowball, because Goon Brigades definitely need to snowball to close this one out and to give themselves the highest chance of success. But as an aside, we are seeing Feeder, who is kind of their star jungler, move into this AD carry role, and it's a little bit tricky and difficult, because he's moving from the most macro oriented role, least mechanically intensive, to the most mechanically intensive role. So I wonder how that's going to change the dynamic of the team. If he's a main shot caller, if that's going to impact his shot calling, or if he's going to try to shot call more, and if that's going to impact his play.
So now we see a bit of an aggressive bush here for the Goon Brigade. Pings are going down. PP fishing should be spotted, I believe. He's just going to walk in, though.
He took his Q first.
Does land the hook. There goes the resonating strike in. Lots of damage already. Fugnugler wasn't able to get in on that, though. They didn't want to burn flash.
Didn't want to burn flash. Good restraint from them. It ultimately doesn't really amount to much, because Comanche Faster is going to go back and get to that bot lane, or get to the red buff in time.
I mean, if they'd gone stand aside, flash Nugler, they would have got the kill there, because they would have been able to get the ignite plus a couple auto attacks from Nugler. It would have been first blood.
Yeah, I have a feeling though that Nugler took his Q before they even saw that opportunity. So.
Which is what you shouldn't do, boys and girls.
Should take your abilities. It was smart from PP Fishing to hold on to his until he was certain that he could potentially make a Q and hook happen. Now we're going to go to our standard scheduled programming of a laning phase.
It's been a while since I've seen base Draven skin. Typically, there is some skinnage there.
Yeah, typically the Draven mains like to show some skin, but Nugler obviously not a Draven main. So this kill pressure is just so immense. You can even see how scared in their play. I mean, Feeder staying at max range continually. HMTKD right behind him. Constant got the level 2. Isn't gonna get it. Flash body slam from him.
Flash, yeah, flash. That's.
Constig's going kind of low, but that's a flash for naught.
Yeah, that's. I think he fat fingered it. I don't think he meant to flash there, because the body slam would have landed without the flash, I believe.
It was point blank.
So I do think that was a misclick there. Constig so low though.
Yeah, they have the Constig's low. Hippopotamus should be able to sustain back up. Zumulus looks like he wanted to make a potential invade happen, but didn't have enough pressure in top lane, because VR Constig would have been too low to respond. But looks like we're just going to go to a standard farm lane. Comanche Faster didn't even want to go for that scuttle grab.
So now things are calming down. Nothing too crazy going on. Corrin should know how to make this lane work. Playful Trickster out of the explosive barrel there. And pings on both sides of the junglers. They might be meeting in this top lane. It's going to be hairy, though.
I think they both... Okay, so good... some good teammate work from Comanche Faster rewards that River Brush for his fellow teammate, but
so Zumulus actually safeguarded into a minion.
I think he's spotted. Is he spotted out? I didn't notice. I was looking somewhere else.
No, he went through the lane, so he safeguarded to a minion and then walked into the bush.
Yeah, this isn't gonna really happen. I mean, even if they are able to get this gank off, I think Constig could still die in the process.
Nope, there's a resonating strike. The body slam not gonna land, but there's so much damage they can't tower dive him. Constig might actually go down to minions. It's close.
Yeah, it was a good try, but ultimately they should have poured their effort somewhere else, like putting Zumulus, letting him go to that Krug camp. But I think they only burned. Yeah, they didn't really burn much. I think they just wanted to go for that gank because. I think they just wanted to go for that gank because Hippopotamus didn't have flash.
Yeah, so they burn the ignite. I don't know if Constig's going to use his TP. I think he should just walk back to lane and save that for maybe a gank in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. I think it's just going to be a similar story to Game 2, where once people start getting their ultimates, that's where we're going to start to see the action, because Dragon Rage is acquired for Zoomalus, the ulti for Draven, Sejuani ult, Gragas Cask. So many tools get unlocked once they hit that level 6.
So we see some CS leads coming out here in the bottom lane, in the top lane.
No, it's actually... The trend has broken. Hip Optimus has achieved a CS lead over Consig.
And that is because he is on a wave clear champ versus a auto attack champ. And we see a dark seal. Oh, big stun.
Oh,
there's the shield feeder taken low, forces the heal. Good whimsy there from HM2, keeping Nuggler at bay a little bit longer.
Yeah, first dragon actually is an Infernal Drake, which is really what you want for this Draven. Like, they couldn't ask for a better first dragon considering the amount of pressure that they're playing with in bot lane.
Good body slam there, but there's lots of damage. That control
isn't having the best of days. I think he's maybe tilt a little bit.
Well, that's a Consig ward.
Oh, that's a constant? My bad.
So that's... I think that's like a buddy stock, like in Smash when you accidentally SD off the stage and your opponent is like, alright, I'll give you that one. So like, Hip Optimus burns Flash, Consig drops a control ward in mid lane, Prungles throws down the never move, not gonna connect.
So ultimately, you know, we haven't hit 6. These teams are trying to make, or at least
There's
Zumos
the
is trying to make
hook
things happen.
onto HM, taken low.
Yeah, we've seen PP Fishing's performance on this Thresh. Unfortunate for him, they are playing against a higher caliber team than they faced off against last time.
There's just so much damage there.
Yeah, Consig has finally met his match in this lane.
He is on the wrong side, and there's
Here come
two
both
members here. There's level 6 for Hyptopsis. He's going to get hit by the shark. Doesn't go down, though.
Oh.
Stun onto Zoomalus. There's Flash. Not available. First blood for Come On Shoot Faster. Can he trade it back?
Stun.
No, he cannot. Oh, he does actually get stunned, but not. Oh, Consig dodges it. Can he get the kill? He cannot. He eats a barrel to the mouth. That's 2 kills for the Interns.
So they are breaking trends. Consig with the CS lead, and now they have a kill lead once more. I can't see a Gragas snowball incoming. I mean, we've seen things like that happen before, but it's not as strong as a carry top laner snowballing, but it'll definitely be big. It matters more that they get the Fizz behind than that they're getting the Gragas ahead.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of build we're seeing from Consig right now. The most typical build has been that like 80 bruiser style top. So I would expect that to be the build path, but
I don't think he's in a position to do that. He is playing with he's playing into a lot of damage, so he does kind of have to opt for that because he is losing this early game pretty handedly.
yeah,
Speaking
I mean,
of losing early games, 22 CS lead for Fugnuggler in the feeder.
yeah, I mean the Twitch is gonna scale. That's just kind of a fact. So I mean, Fugnuggler kind of needs to get a kill here. That's it.
Coming around.
Can they get the stun? They get the knockup, throws down the box, but there's so much damage onto Nuggler. They can't. Oh, they do get the stun. There's the damage and the stun once again. That's 1 kill. PP Fishing is not far behind. That's a double kill for the Sejuani though. 3-1-1.
Sejuani's so strong, yeah, just so much CC coming out of the stuns. The ranged point and click, the stun, so strong. He was able to secure the kill onto the Draven, and yeah, this role swap's working out pretty well for them.
Ignite goes down. Prungles? Is he gonna get it? He gets one. He does get traded, but
Alright, top lane now. We got bot lane, mid lane, top lane, come on, fight. Gladiator style. Bringing the next one. Oh, there you go, he queued in.
oh, he throws down the barrel, gets him into the tower, gets the body slam. What is that?
Wait, where is his... Did he already use the, Playful Trickster?
Yes.
I mean, he must have had to if he wasn't able to Playful Trickster out of that.
I'm trying to think if the body slam like was perfectly timed with the knockback to where he didn't get a chance to.
Well, luckily for Goon Brigades, they still had that bot lane pressure, even though they sort of lost a little bit of it, at least the momentum. Are going to pick up the Infernal Drake.
Which, like you mentioned earlier, pretty huge for Draven. It does give him, a little bit of a break. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a Death's Dance, I believe, for Nugler.
Yeah, the interesting thing, though, is Nugler's build, I believe that is a Death Dance build path. Didn't go for a BF sword, which I'd imagine.
I don't think he had the gold when he died. It was like one of those awkward timings where he only had so much gold.
Oh yeah, if he had like 1200 or something, not enough gold to wait, but too little gold to wait.
Corrin taken low once again. Doesn't have the unleashed power just yet. Consig going in, barrels to the mouth once again. Body slam, belly bump comes in, throws down the shark. 3, 2, 1. Barely any damage though. Throws down the ultimate. Knocks him just barely the wrong way.
Yeah, but to touch back upon Fugnugger's build, with what he's got for himself, he doesn't have enough damage to burn through not only the healing but also the shields from HM onto Feeder. So this pressure that we were talking about, this bot lane is sort of nullified, which is a good spot for Feeder to be in because he can just freely CS.
Kamachi Fest is just going to boldly walk in, flash charge. Nugler's not long for this world. The lantern comes in, but too little too late.
I'm kind of glad they changed, they swapped roles, because that's kind of what it was already. I mean, last game we saw them collapsing on the Consig. Kamachi Faster would go down on the AD carry, and then Feeder would pick it up on Riven as his AD carry. So now they're just like, hey, let's just commit to the change, you know?
Yeah, it is working. Yeah, I mean, 3-1-2 on the Sejuani, 1-0-2 on that AD carry Twitch. So I mean, it's working. But it's going to hit a point where Prungles is almost unkillable. Yeah, the Marilyn Con's already finished, but that requires a 30%, health deficit. And so it's going to be... Never Move does land. Does get the stun back, though.
Yeah, ultimately, it rests within this mid lane. That is the pressure for Goon Brigades to bring themselves back into this.
Explosive Cask is available. I don't know how much longer Consig can hang out in this lane before he has to back. He is backing now. TP is just about available.
Oh, here's Kamachi Fast. You can actually win this duel.
Zamulis has friends, though. We'll have to see who is quicker on the response. Box goes down. Oof. Zamulis forced to flash. Does get over the wall, though. Optimus body slams away. He has TP, but Consig's on the engage. Great barrel there. Keeps himself alive. Can't TP into the fight now, however. He wouldn't have anything to offer anyway.
Yeah, I find it's a little bit curious why he still keeps going for those aggressive trades. Meanwhile, Zamolis, though, gets absolutely blasted in the face by all those balls. It goes down. Such an unfortunate event for him.
The good old press R to party. Syndra gets the kill. That's not good if your name is Prungles.
Yeah, it's going to be an additional kill, but it looks like he's just going to go for it anyway.
Doesn't throw it on the Never Move just yet. Ignite for Ignite. Prungles had his flash, so he does get away. So I guess he doesn't really care if his name is Prungles or not.
Yeah, definitely a smart play because he knew that the Syndra didn't have ulti, so he's just, I can do this. She doesn't have enough to burst me.
I wonder how he knew that Corrin didn't have flash, because Prungles actually used the flash after Corrin last time.
I think it might have just been a chance thing, unless they actually timed it. I would.
Well, even if he timed it,
would time it.
Well, even if he timed it, you would have to assume that. So Prungles is obviously running the Mastery to lower cooldowns.
Unless he's... I didn't even take that into consideration. Oh, yeah. So Prungles' cooldown on his flash is actually 45 seconds lower than Corrin's because of that mastery, because he went and resolved to get the bonus healing.
Big hook onto HM. The shield, though, pretty clutch. And at this point, I don't actually know what Fugnugler is building. He picked up a Caulfield hammer. I'm lost. Is that
I'm
it?
lost as well. Caulfield's hammer builds into Death Dance as well as Essence Reaver, so you could potentially go for that, but that's not.
Oh,
Really
Zamola says hello. The unfortunate barrel is actually going to knock Hippoptimus. Zamula's back into the lane. Hippoptimus going to go down maybe
Party's done,
eventually. That is a 3-member push in the top lane, though.
They should definitely push that one down, but they're actually going to peel off that. Maybe make a gank down mid happen, or just go for the brand new Rift Herald. They have the sustain for it, but here is Corn the Cat.
Dragon's Rage is available for Zamolis, but she's just going to push R. That's a kill.
She probably didn't even have to land the stun. That was probably enough to just kill him outright.
But, dude, can they fight this? I don't know.
No,
Never move goes out. They don't want to give this up, though. They want to make it reset. Oh, they get the kill, but they can't get the buff. They don't get the buff. Consig trying to get the kill, throws down the ignite, does go down. Corn's also going to go 1-for-1, though. Never move comes in. Prungles is out of mana, though. Has red buff, but he forces the flash. Come on, shoot faster. Survives to fight another day. But the Rift Herald is in. It's actually in Consig's pocket. But Nugler gets engaged upon. Box comes down. Spray and pray. Ratatata is not. It is enough, actually. Nugler goes down. Double kill for Feeder.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. We kept talking about the Fugnugler item build. Well, Feeder has finished his bork, recognizing that huge power spike. They go for that. Nearly goes down.
Zamolis, I don't think you can win that one, buddy. I know you have your kick and all, but it's.
Oh, he's going.
HM's just like watching him kill him, though.
He doesn't have enough. Now he has enough energy for the.
Now that Feeder says hello, though, that's. Whew. So remember how I said he couldn't 1v2? Yeah, it turns out he actually can't 1v2.
Very nearly had it defeated. It's like one of those, I knew the right play. You know, I just had that one play, this one thing, it just happened. But so many things can go wrong when you're going for a play.
It just didn't really, it was weird though, because like HM was like, yeah, you're punching me in the face, but you know what, it's casual. You know, this is kind of how I like to spend my Saturday night. And Consig now is hitting a point where he's actually starting to win these fights. Throws down the shark. He does eat a tower shot for his problems, though.
Oh, that's definitely going to be going
It's
down.
not enough. Not enough. One more auto is all it would have taken. He gets him out of the lane, so they're going to get a little bit of pressure on this tower. TP is available, however. Feeder getting speed up. Fugnugler has nowhere to run. Not enough damage in this world. Rat-a-tat-tat comes out, says hello. And there's the Rift Herald in the top lane. You know, I mentioned that Consig had actually won that somehow.
Oh, this will actually mean that they get tower before the bot lane does because of the Rift Herald. It's actually pretty big, even though, I mean...
And he's going to be able to get away due to Blast Cone.
Yeah, it helps to not make the lead balloon even more. I mean, they're going to get the tower. They actually might get 2 towers.
I mean, if Corn can land the stun, he can probably just kill... Yeah, he's just going to kill Zamola. Oh, he's not going to get the kill, and there's the hook onto Corrin! Corrin is not long for the world. Zamola's with the fadeaway. And... Oh, I thought he was going to get away. There's the expunge, though. And there's just so much damage on Feeder already. Can he get another one? Prungles flashes the wall. Poison Cast goes down. Feeder getting another one. 7-0-2 on this Twitch.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. I actually just noticed that it's actually called a Venom Cask instead of a Poison Cask, even though Poison Cask makes more sense.
I think they changed it. I'm pretty sure it used to be Poison Cask, but when they changed, you know, Expunge and
Rat-a-tat, Spray and Pray.
Yeah, I think when all those came in, I think
they actually changed it to Spray and Pray now.
It
is Spray and Pray.
Yeah, they changed it back. They changed it back like 3 patches ago. Relax. I still think Rat-a-tat-tat's better. It rolls off the tongue so much easier.
Yeah, there's also a lot more ways to eloquently put it into your casting, but speaking of eloquence, that Cloud Drake is gonna fall, and that's, you know, the Cloud Drake is not usually prioritize it very heavily, but it always boils down to whatever comp has it. So in this case, goes over to Sejuani, who deals really well with Cloudchick because she gets the bonus movement speed off of her passive, can't be slowed, and then she can charge targets more easily, similar to Feeder on that Twitch, how he can move around in stealth a lot quicker.
So, Death Stance is completed for the 0-4 Fugnuggler.
He did go Death Dance first. That's so odd.
I think I've seen it happen in solo queue before, but it does feel a bit outdated. Consig trying to win this 1v1, and it's not happening. He does have friends. Throws on the Shark, throws on the Ignite.
Oh.
He actually just turned that around. Yeah, there's the kill. That's a lot of damage.
Alright, now we're really going back to our regularly scheduled programming of Consig winning the 1v1 in top lane.
Oh, Zamula's not gonna... See, that is why you attack move into bushes. Every time there's a bush, attack move in. Just like this, Fugnuggler.
3, 4, 5, I believe that was around 6 auto attacks and then an expunge, as well as the Venom cast, but ultimately that's going to mean a mid-tower down and some pretty good chip damage onto the top tower.
Lots of 8s. Oh no, that's actually a mace. I didn't actually know what that was. There is the death sentence into the box. Come on, shoot faster, flash to the wall, never move. Isn't going to land. Ooh, so many stuns, though.
Definitely. This is an extremely precarious position for both teams. It's lots of power being played with on either side, so
Feeder isn't available. There is the death sentence. Venom cast coming in. Never move gonna land onto 2 though. PP fishing should be the sacrificial lamb, but so does Consig go down. Rat-a-tat-tat spraying through the team. 2-man never move once again though. Prungle's coming in clutch. I don't think they have it. Big whiff on the cask there, but it doesn't matter. 1 for 1. Zimolus, though, can't get away.
Expunge?
He already used it.
Your damage ticking? I meant the passive. Guess it's not going to be enough to pour.
I can't actually see his health bar on the display there. He is going to get away, though. They will lose top tower for it, though.
Yeah, there's not going to be a response from Goon Brigade. This adaptation that Interns United made, while a little bit unorthodox, is paying very well for them. Feeder is now 9-0, and Come On Shoot Faster is 3-1.
Yeah,
Sejuani's so strong.
Sejuani hasn't actually been involved in that much. Started the game essentially 3-0-1. Has only picked up a handful of assists since then. But Feeder took those early assists and has popped off. I mean, he's 9-0-3 right now. It's only 22.5 minutes into the game. And it's very hard for me to see an answer come from Goon Brigade right now. Unless they wait for super late game, get a split push going with Consig, and, just make that Prungles is just an animal. But eventually he's going to get an Executioner's Calling, right?
Yeah, definitely an Executioner's Calling going to come in.
This
also,
is not the fight they
want.
want.
In such a bad spot.
Yeah, PP fishing. They have friends, though. Prungle's gonna throw it on the never move, not gonna land. Spray and... Oh, there's a huge hook onto the Twitch. He goes down. What looked good for once is bad for another. Gonna get over the wall, though. There's no ultimate available for Draven. Used it earlier in the fight. So currently a 1-4-0. They will
That's a
get
big wave.
Yeah, they're gonna get this bot tower. Prungle's tanking quite a bit, but it keeps the wave healthy for now.
Yeah, I like the patience from Zumulus. He found the opening, was able to land the resonating strike onto Feeder, waited out too.
They
See if
might
he's gonna land a flash.
They might be able to get a second one here. There's a lot of caster minions.
Look at that wave. And
Hook
they can't clear it out.
onto Hip Hop. So much damage comes in. Corrin showed up, gets a stun. Never move once again. Gonna land though. Prungles is huge on this Swain right now.
Yeah, I can see why it's banned now. It's thwarting so many engages that they're trying to throw at them. And Fugnuggler, thank God he had the discipline that he didn't show last game as Caitlyn. Or I believe that was game 1 where they're attacking mid lane tower. He sees the engage happening, just lets it happen, stays chunking down that bot tower, and they get it. And that's ultimately what they needed, and so they just get out cleanly. Yeah,
so 2 towers and a kill, shutting down that Twitch. Pretty huge coming in there. Now there's a static shiv completed for Nuggler. Going to be able to clear waves a bit more efficiently. And Consic's starting to come online. He's already completed that Trinity Force.
Yeah, speaking of coming online, that's Static Shift, like you mentioned before, is closing the gap just a little bit between.
Throws out the Void Shark. Not going to land, though.
Yeah, that's going to be actually both towers down. And that's really good for Goon Brigade because say they had both top towers down, it's a different story because, you know, they'll always, if they get pressure, they're always going to send someone top to clear that out, and then that'll be an easy transition to Baron if they want to take that. But because they have both towers down in bot lane, they can shove that out, and it's the furthest objective, it's the furthest lane from their objective, which is ultimately Baron. So it opens up a little bit more opportunities for them to go for a Baron, say if top lane was the lane that had no turrets.
So Scuttle Crab picked up for Goon Brigade there. They are going to have a bit more vision on that dragon, but Feeder's making a move. Gets hit by the Resonating Strike. Death Sentence just barely going to whiff.
Yeah, now it's all about translating this Feeder
Why
advantage, moving him around.
is Nuggler
Constant.
there, though?
Oh,
Feeder walks right into death. Oh, he stays alive for just a second. 2-man stun into the Unleashed Power. Not actually yet. Corrin throws down the Zhonya's Unleashed Power is a... I don't even know what just happened. She just disappeared. Corrin just literally disappeared from the screen. I don't even... I'm watching the replay right now, and... yeah, about 12 billion damage there. And Consig getting engaged upon, he gets stunned under his own tower, and Clash Fast is just like, what's a tower? I don't know. Like, what is this?
Yeah, just keeps on slapping him. Zumula is actually gonna. Looks like they might trade top tower for the dragon. Optimus is actually just gonna go for the wave. So they do actually get that Mountain Drake with very little to be answered from Interns United.
So far, they didn't actually answer anything. Nobody died, no towers, just a bit of farm. But Goon Brigade are still down 10 kills, but only 2k gold.
Yeah. Luckily for them, they have the resources and the tools and abilities to get picks down onto Feeder. They have a comp. You know, if you could ever have a comp that would be good about catching a Twitch, it's this one. Hooks, Consig able to throw gigantic fishes down, hop in, hop out. Zumulus gonna also hop in, hop out. You know, gonna kick Feeder in there. So this is a great comp for them to be trying to counter or protect the AD carry.
Yeah, and you know, we saw it twice there, or maybe once, because Corrin's was a little unorthodox there. But I mean, Fugnuggler walked from bot lane to Riverbush there, completely uncontested, and then Feeder was just like, hey, what's up, hello, and all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah, I thought that was genius. You know, post up in those brushes that you know they don't have wards, and then just make that pick happen. But if there's any pick to be had right now, if they can make a really fast one, Feeder's not there, and he's actually going to be on top. This is their fight.
Hook lands onto Hip Hop. As his feet, they lose a tower in the top lane. Resonating Strike not gonna land. Big Flay comes in. Box lands. Hip Hop's foot kicked under the tower. He is dead and dusted. Consig though, does he know that Feeder's there? Now he does. Throws down the shark. It goes wide. That was the signal to go. Consig now needs to leave.
Poor lane allocation is simply what that was. They knew that Feeder wasn't there. He's their huge lead.
The problem is there's not a lot of ultimates left for Goon Brigade right now. They land this stun onto Prungles. What more can they do? Hook lands onto Corrin. Corrin gets out. Feeder's in the back of the enemy line, just throwing down auto attack after auto attack. That's a double kill for Feeder. Can he get more? There it is. That is a 4-for-0 in favor of the Interns.
Yeah, that'll absolutely be the Baron unless they make some sort of huge misstep and Zumulus is able to steal it, but Feeder does immense amount of damage now with that Renon's Hurricane being finished. This is going to go down, definitely.
He was able to stealth in behind the entire enemy team. Shark's actually just about available. If this Baron doesn't go down now, there's the Shark. Once again, it's not going to land, but there's tons of damage. Actually, Shark is not going to...
Yeah.
If the Shark had landed... Oh,
yeah, he was just trying to run interference. Don't believe he's going to go down at all.
That was actually pretty... So, if the Shark actually landed on a command shoot faster there, I think he dies and the Baron doesn't go down. I think. Could be wrong.
Yeah, Yeah, if he had died there, I would imagine they would not have been able to get Baron. But he does. I don't think. I mean, he has the Abyssal Scepter, which is now Banshee's Veil. So some pretty good MR stats coming out of him. So not really sure you've been able to get deleted, but still a noble attempt from Console. Again, that's kind of what you need to do. Still has TP. Both top laners actually do have TP, but right now, pretty much all Interns United have to do is just make a simple push. If they could pick a lane, put some wards around it, and that turret's definitely going to go down. They're so strong grouped as a unit as opposed to Goon Brigade, just because of the way the comp works. You know, to protect the AD carry, the classic group up, just start shoving stuff down, see an enemy, just everyone pile everything onto them, and they get deleted.
Yeah, and we actually see Prungles use up about half his mana pool. Couldn't even clear the wave. I mean, the wave still had 5 out of the 6 minions alive. So here comes the fight. Come on, shoot faster. Goes into the tower. Just going to auto it down. PP fishing. Stunned up. Stunned out. That was the unleashed power actually being used. So that is no longer available. Spray and Pray also getting tagged out. So that's 2 actually huge team fight ultimates down. Fognuggler getting 2 shot though.
Wow, that was a lot of damage on the red buff.
Incredibly below. There goes the shark. Lands onto Hippopotamus. But they can't get the damage. Turret goes down. This will guaranteed be the inhibitor. They don't have the minion wave to push in just yet to finish it.
Yeah, you can already see the ping coming down towards that bot side. They do need someone to go out and finish that. Consig, if he sees an opportunity to split push, he'll take it, even if it's not the best one. So that wave definitely needs to be cleared out at the risk of them losing inhib tower.
Yeah, so they send the Gragas back. They are regrouping in the top lane. Unleashed power once again available. That's pretty quick. That's really quick actually.
Yeah, it's smart that they're allocating.
Feeder is invisible, gets the stun on to the Lee Sin. Zamola's able to get out. They are onto PP fishing in the back lane though. 2 very low health bars. There's the shark, but here comes Hippopotamus. Can he get the kill? He's all by himself actually, so he's still alive for now. It finally goes down 1 for 1 so far. Draven just gets annihilated though. He goes down. Consig gonna find himself a dirty rat, but it doesn't seem to matter. He gets taken down. Feeder's on a killing spree. The game is over.
Yeah,
this is actually a series now.
Definitely the game right here. Feeder coming up big on this performance, although it's due in part by come on shoot faster. It's a bot pressure. There's the one next to his tower.
The kick's available. Didn't quite get him into the fountain though, so not gonna pick up the kill there.
Reverse sweep. I think it might be happening, Doc. We are going to a game 4. 32 minutes in. Interns United take this one.
Yeah, so we finally get a series going. It is now 2-1 in favor of the Goon Brigade, but we're going to have to see if they can come up with some new strats heading into these next couple of games, because that was finally a game where the split push didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine would have happened. They drafted this protect the AD carry comp so that they could just group up and start shoving things down. They finally got some tanks in their lineup, 2 of them. With the Gragas and Sejuani. And Sejuani was instrumental in the success of that team comp since they got Feeder. They got him out of that losing lane, and they started getting him a lot more fed, and so he's able to carry like nobody's business. Corrin, you know, we talk about all these other things that keep changing, but Corrin consistently has strong performances. 11 of 5 and 5, and even in the losing matches like last game where he lost on Ari, still was a majority of the team's damage and gold.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we talked about how that Draven could be an influential pick, could be very strong into that lane. End of the game, 8 and 5 with the third, not the third lowest, because Lulu didn't really do a whole lot. But, you know, 10k damage on Draven? Really?
Yeah, Draven pick definitely didn't work out.
So, yeah, I expect them to drop that next game and go with a more traditional AD carry pick. And you know what, maybe that was all it is. Maybe, you know, just Draven and Lee Sin weren't the picks they needed. They changed those up. Maybe go for the same exact comp if they can get it. And maybe they would come into the next one and win.
Yep. That being said, though, we are going to take it to game 4. Will it be the reverse sweep from Interns United? Stay tuned to find out.